platform, those of you that are returning, and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I am going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody's had a good day. I hope you guys are having a good day, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Okay, so we are going to start this reading off with the prayer, but I just want to let you guys know that I am so grateful for all of your donations, for all of your super thanks, for all of you guys being grateful for me. I really love you guys, and I'm so glad that I'm able to share time with you guys and able to connect with you guys. So please know that. Also, if any of you guys have any personal questions, you can always send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading and I will use another deck of cards or just my abilities to answer your question, okay? And I do work with another psychic. We bounce things off of each other because we see the same situations. And so, yeah, that's the way I'm making myself available to those people that need me. So for those of you that want to learn to read your own tarot cards, there is 2 books that you're going to want to get that are in the description box below, okay? The first book is The Truth of God, and it's by Michael STEADMAN. You can get it on Amazon. There is a link in the description box below. But that book is going to help you develop the joy versus anger technique, which is a technique that helps you ask questions similar to muscle testing, okay, yes and no questions with your higher self, God, and get an immediate response back. The second technique in that book that really just makes it so worth it to get it is the God technique. That helps you raise your frequency and your consciousness into the God conscious state so that you're not looking out through the eyes of your ego anymore. That gives you the ability to see things from a higher perspective. And then I would say the third, very important technique in the book is the mind technique. Now, the mind technique helps you actually get rid of thoughts and beliefs that are hindering you so that you don't continue to pull in the same exact situation that you just went through. And a lot of people, when they're on a cycle of pulling in the same situations over and over again, it's because they're holding on to a vibration, a belief, a thought within them that's not serving them. And the universe keeps pulling in situations so that they have to confront that belief, basically, in a situation outside of themselves. The universe will use that belief, pull it in so that it causes the person to have to look at it. And the person will look at it, but if they don't ever address what's going on within them that drew in that situation, then they're just going to keep drawing in more situations like that. So for those of you that are really interested in obtaining, welcome everybody coming into the chat, in obtaining a personal relationship with God, with your higher self, and accessing that God consciousness state, that is the book for you. Now, the second book is Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and that's the one that I've created. And that book is basically, it works with the Rider-Waite deck, which is the original tarot, and that is extremely cheap. You can get that for like $6 on the internet. So anyways, it has tarot card spreads and spells for the major arcana cards. And so basically, when you're learning to read cards for yourself, it can be very confusing and you can miss a lot of the actual answers that are in the tarot. And so it's a guide that has different tarot card spreads and spells that you can do working with the archetypal energies of the major arcana cards. And the major arcana cards are like the major cards, the major life transits, like the Magician, the Star, the World, the Death card, the Devil. All of those are major arcana cards. Okay, so check those 2 books out, you guys. When you've got time, check those 2 books out. The links to them are in the description box below. All right, so we're going to jump right into the prayer. We are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon Jesus Christ and the Ascended Masters, including the saints, the angels, the archangels, our guardian angels, our spirit guides, and we're asking that our ancestors, all of that, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, put a protective shield around us, blocking out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now, God, as I call upon your personal favor and your love, I just would like to thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles for the poor. And thank you for lifting me out of dark situations and bringing me to enlightenment. Thank you for the safety and the protection. Thank you for my gifts and abilities, and any messages that you have for the collective. I am open and ready to receive those and to channel those through. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All glory, honor, worship, and praise for this platform. For my other platform, make sure you guys check out the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. I suggest that, because these readings are timeless, so whenever you pull in one of these videos, you're going to be pulling in a reading that has messages for you. So just know that. So thank you, God, for this ability, and thank you for these connections, and thank you for the people that are my regulars, and thank you for the new people as well. I love you, God, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All glory, honor, worship, and praise goes to you, Most High. Amen. Okay. I would not be here if it were not for God. Ooh, okay. All right, Phoenix Empress. Thank you for sending that in. All right. So we have to do the contract. I almost forgot. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior, because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes no bullying me or anyone in the chat. Just know that God is watching these readings and is watching everybody all of the time. So we should all be on our best behavior. And, you know, when we treat others as the way we want to be treated, we really do start putting that positive energy forward so that the universe can have an opportunity to clap back in a positive way, right? The people that are putting the bad energy forward and attacking other people, the universe will eventually clap back at them. So just know that. Okay, so we're going to answer the personal question here. And welcome in, Phoenix Empress, 888. I love that. 888 is such a good number. I don't know if I've ever noticed that being attached to your screen name, but I love that number. I'm doing good. I hope you guys are having a really good day. Know that my readings are timeless, so whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you, okay? So just use your best discernment, you guys. Take what resonates with you, and what doesn't, leave for the person that it's meant for. Okay, so let's get to the question before I lose it. Okay, what is my soul most excited for me to experience this year? I love it. You always have such good questions, you guys. I love it. Okay. So what I'm hearing is like, I just noticed the 888, and I love that number because it's all about karma. And not in a bad way. I mean, it could be in a bad way, I guess, for some people, but it's the law of karma. So what I'm picking up immediately is that there is going to be an influx in relationships, in spiritual relationships, in divine connection, and soul tribe community, and backing as well. So what your soul wants you to experience is being, I don't want to say it's being in a relationship, but having fulfilling relationships. I'm also getting that, like, there is a desire that's going on with your higher self for you to become more active, not in like a physical workout way, but a more active in either the community, connecting with others. It's socially, that's what I want to say, but it does have to do with your community that's right around you. Oh, good, you guys. I'm doing good. I hope you guys are having a great day. And so, yeah, it is a Monday. Thank you for reminding me. Moon Day. So making connections in the community, what I'm seeing, like, I'm seeing people walking their dogs. Okay. So maybe you're going to be meeting other people that have pets or similarities to you. I really feel like right now you're drawing in experiences that are going to, it's like people that can foster a lifelong relationship. That's what your soul wants you to experience. I also am hearing that, you know, as your vibration is raising, you're tapping into new abilities and new intuitive information. As this happens, it's like, it feels like a dissolving of the ego. You know, when somebody passes away, I feel like part of them, who they were in this lifetime, that part of them, part of it dissolves, okay, like into the light, and part of it remains. And so what I'm seeing is like there's different levels to the ego, at least when it comes to consciousness. So where people start out at the beginning of their life in the South Node, and you can look at the South Node in your birth chart, okay? There's a thing on the internet, y'all, that's called a birth chart calculator. If you don't know about this Phoenix Empress, you might want to just check it out. There are free ones on the internet where you just plug in your name, like the name that you were born with, okay? And then you also plug in your name, your birth date, and the time that you were born, like the hour of the day, okay, if you know that information. And then you also add the place you were born, and it brings up this whole calculation of where the sun was at, where the stars were at, where the different planets were at when you were born, and that is what we call the birth chart. So when you're looking in the birth chart, you're going to be looking at the South Node. This is going to give you a basis as to where you started out with consciousness. And then I'm getting literally, it's not aligned with astrology, but it does have something to do with elevation and vibration. So it's like, as you've gone through life, there's been certain transits that have happened that have allowed your soul to escape the matrix in a way, to the point where you're getting out of that South Node energy. Because again, South Node is where you start at, basically. The North Node is where you end up at, and that's like you fulfilling your destiny, you being in your purpose, and you answering your calling. And so where your intuitive gifts, your abilities, and your blessings are in the North Node. Yes, we come into this lifetime with gifts and talents, and some of the past life karma that we have to resolve will show up in the South Node energy, specifically in what house the South Node is in. Because each of the astrological houses have a different interpretation, a different energy, and a different meaning. And so, and they're all associated with like a star or a planet or a group of stars. And so it's really important just to know a few basic things about yourself, like where you started at and then where you're heading. Okay. And so I feel like, as you rise, I just felt something push my consciousness up. It's like, as your vibration is raising, so is your consciousness, and you're gaining more access to past lifetime, like I want to say having visions, like literally having visions with your eyes open and with your eyes closed, but it's gaining more access to past lifetimes where you can have all of this knowledge and information come through that is meant to help you on your journey here. And so it's not that the South Node is a negative thing, because it's not. Like, we all have a starting point, but it does show you where the ego exists, okay, where the majority of it. And so what I'm feeling is like, as you go through these astrological transits and these portals, it's like part of the ego is dissolving, and it feels almost like, I think this is why people call it an ego death, because it feels like the same parts of the ego that are these lower vibrational consciousnesses that dissolve when you pass away, okay? And I'm not saying you guys are going to pass away. I'm just talking about how when people do pass away, part of their ego gets dissolved, that lower nature. And so basically what I'm being shown is that understanding how to access the higher realms and how to go within, that's what you're wanting to experience. You're wanting to experience, your soul's wanting you to experience the feeling of being having a high vibration and higher consciousness without having to do something to get there. Sometimes, like when we want to access higher realms and higher consciousness, we'll go into meditation. What I'm getting is that you already have a very healthy workout regimen. It feels like you already are doing things with your diet to make things a lot cleaner on the inside. And as these portals continue to pass through time, it's like parts of yourself are coming back together. And I would call it like either soul fragments or soul fracturing. It's all being called back together. And this is helping you have that basis to raise your frequency. So what I'm getting is that there may be some Kundalini energy as well going on here. And Kundalini, I couldn't really tell you what it is because I'm not for sure if I have ever experienced it. I've experienced different sensations, but like, did I know for sure that it was Kundalini? No, I only suspected a few times that it could have been Kundalini. And so, but that's when I was going through these like jumps in awareness and consciousness. I'm also hearing something about tapping into the elements of nature and your natural magic, figuring out what elements you work best with, Phoenix Empress. I already know that fire is a very good element for you. And working with candles, also a very good thing that's going to help you. And then I'm also hearing that working with salts, like salt, whether you're putting it in your bath, putting it in your food, blessing your salt. Pink Himalayan salt is like some of the most highest vibrational salt. It's got a lot of mineral content in it. Sea salt is also pretty good, but pink Himalayan, you can digest it. You can put it in your food, cook with it, and then when it goes through your body, it raises your aura. It lifts the darkness out of your aura. That's why people will bathe with it quite often. I'm also hearing that there was something hormonally going on that was out of balance that's being corrected now, and that for some reason. Okay, no, that makes sense. That has to do with the sacral chakra, which I was getting that there is, it's like an opening of the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is the one that's right up from the root chakra. It's right underneath your belly button, and it has to do with your sexual organs, relationships, sex, basically, reproduction, that type of thing, being fertile. And so you are being told, Phoenix, that you are very fertile at this time. Your energy, whatever you plant will grow. Yeah, was there anything? Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. 9 of Cups. This is like wish fulfillment for you. You're definitely getting a deep desire granted. Oh, you didn't know about the pink salt? Yes, Himalayan pink salt is some of the best salt, and it really does taste good. So, when I feel like when I used to watch football and scream at the TV, I would like get really hoarse throat, and so I would gargle with pink Himalayan salt, and it would always help. And so it can be used in many different ways, but that is the most healthy salt that we have, basically. The iodized salt is probably the worst salt for the body. And for whatever reason, it's like called Morton salt. If you know, it's called Morton salt, usually. There may be a couple other brands out there, but yeah, it comes in like a tube. So when I first started with pink Himalayan salt, I had to go to like a specialized health store to get it. But now they sell it at the Dollar Tree, and it's the dollar store. They've got it at different dollar stores now. And so if you have one of those salt grinders, you can put the larger chunks of it in the salt grinder and use it like that, or you can grind it up in some type of way. Another way, if you want to like put it into your salt shaker, you can put the salt in a bag, close the bag, and take a spoon and just tap it, okay? And then the salt will break up. Okay, so that's one thing that's going to help. I'm also getting staying up on electrolytes is really important at this time. Making sure that you're drinking a lot of water, and not a lot, but at least enough so that you can sustain this new vibration. I'm also hearing Phoenix Empress. If you don't have moldavite, you get it from Costco. Perfect. Yeah, if you don't have moldavite in the year of 2026 is going to be a crystal that you want to work with. So you want to make sure that you have real moldavite, though. For me, the moldavite that I have is so powerful that when it's within my aura, I will start to actually get flushed with it, which means it pushes out the lower vibrations, and then it raises your frequency and your vibration, and to the point where you will never be that old vibration again. So I can tell what real moldavite is because of the feeling that I get, and I can only have it in my aura for a little while before I go, oh, I got to take it off and get it away from me. But I'm literally hearing, if you don't have moldavite is going to be a crystal that you want to work with this year because it's going to help you just speed up the process. Can I type it? I don't know if I can type it, but I will spell it out for you. So moldavite is MOLDABITE. Let me see what this little button does. Okay, now that's to ask a question. We don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, so I don't know how to type on here. but it is it's mold, like mold, AVITE. And it's green. It's a green stone. So it's probably one of the most expensive crystals that is out there. And it's because it comes out of the Czech Republic millions of years ago. Okay, awesome. Millions of years ago, it came down from the heavens. This is why it's a higher vibration. It actually comes, it's like an extraterrestrial crystal. Literally, it comes from outer space. So when it hit the earth in the Czech Republic. And so there was a time when they would not mine any more moldavite. You have moldavite by your headboard. Good for you, Shaman Maria. So yeah, moldavite is going to be a crystal that's really going to help you with your vibration. I'm also hearing that there is something going on with wish fulfillment. It feels like there's a refining of what you're asking for. Yeah, because there was something that was very troublesome and burdensome in the past that you're now releasing. This could be the feeling of feeling judged. Okay, whatever this wish fulfillment is, it's going to give you the ability to put down these sticks. Now, the 10 of Wands is not necessarily a bad card because, you know, you see that this person is carrying that burden, but they could put it down. So it feels to me that part of your wish fulfillment has to do with you being able to fulfill something. A 10 of Wands also talks about you being tested, but this is why I feel like now is not the time to doubt your own self-worth, okay? Because you're being tested on, are you going to put yourself first? Are you going to love yourself? And do you accept the challenge of just being authentically you? And I don't think that that's a difficult thing for you, but the more that you come out as a spiritualist, the more it's like being a light and a moth drawing to its flame. It's kind of like that. The more people you're going to draw in, just know that if there are some people that are upset about your abilities, okay, because I do get that you have this ability to take the parts of people's souls that they have fractured through trauma and put them back together. There's something that you do when you're sleeping as well in the spiritual realm. And so there may be a few people that are like, oh, this new version of you, because you keep going through rebirths, this new version of you, I don't like it because, you know, you're more spiritual. There may be somebody that says that. Or they're probably not going to say it to you, but they do feel like you releasing this burden, somebody is afraid of that. But I get that literally, as long as if this person were to approach you and try to get you to walk away from your journey, you would know who they are. Okay. Because there's somebody that is like watching your vibration like a hawk. It's not like physically watching you, it's energetically watching you. King of Pentacles. This could be somebody that wants to either work with you, or they want to make some type of deal with you, or they want you to sign a contract. So just be aware that this King of Pentacles, they may be part of the problem here. They may be you not having to sign a contract with somebody. I don't know if you're interested in doing writing or if you're doing music or what this is, but there is somebody that wants you to, this person could be religious as well, but they want you to sacrifice a part of your spiritual journey and sign something with them. So you may get an offer coming through. But the wish fulfillment that I'm picking up on has to do with you being spiritually satisfied and you understanding your worth and understanding the power that you hold and why you have that power. Okay, is the person either KPC or R? Is this person KPC? No. Is this person R? I'm getting a hit on the R. What do you feel? I asked, is it KPC? These are the abbreviations of their name. And I got no. And then I got, is it R? And then I got yes. Okay, yeah. So the other psychic is getting the same exact thing. So it does feel like it's R. R is a girl. Okay, interesting. So yeah, this is somebody that they may want to come in and contribute to what you already have going on, but you really don't need this person's contribution. Yeah, just know that you are protected, literally. And even though this came out as the King of Pentacles, whoever R is, they could be attached to somebody. Like they could already have some type of deal in the mix when it comes to creating something. So maybe they have a partner or something like that. Because I get that this King of Pentacles is somebody that's attached to them. Okay. I'm also hearing to not give your political view to people, okay, if you have one. I don't really feel like you're a political person, but somebody is looking for something to blackmail you with, is what it feels like. They feel like they can break God's protection over your life with blackmail by putting something in your face. And so this is why this person's planning to come back. But they have been playing in your energy, it feels like, consistently. Since you separated yourself from this person, they have been trying to like gain access back to you. Okay, so you don't owe this person an explanation as to why. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you don't owe this person an explanation as to why you don't want them around. They've already made some type of contract that I feel, it makes me feel uncomfortable, whatever this is. So could this be like a soul contract that I'm picking up on? Or is this no, it's a physical one. Okay. So yeah, this person's already made some type of deal, which is really weird. Yeah, you're being told to use temperance, to basically use temperance when it comes to this person, to not overshare. Don't tell this person where you're going, where you're at, where you're moving to, where you're staying at, whatever this is. Don't tell them what you're working on. I know that you don't really talk to them, but they're waiting for you to like slip up in some type of way. And you are dealing with somebody that's very petty, and they feel like, you know, they feel like you are still this old version of yourself that does not exist. I also would be aware that there is somebody here that feels like whatever you have is something that they want, okay? They want something that you have. So is this a physical item? No. Is this something, it's intellectual property. Yeah, that's what it is. So somebody wants to use whatever intellectual property that you already possess. They want to use that against you. This could be somebody that wants to use your own beliefs against you as some type of like psychic warfare. Yeah, but they're up under judgment for doing that. The horns being blown, or the trumpets being blown, however you want to look at that. It feels to me like you had the opportunity. This is why you're going to enter into wish fulfillment, because you put down these people that were actually burdens. It was like carrying these people with you was an energetic weight on your spirit. And this is what your soul wants you to know, is that you don't have to carry these burdens anymore. You don't have to carry these people. And it's not your responsibility to heal or fix them, even though they feel entitled to your time and your energy. Spirit does not agree with with the type of shit that they're on, basically. Because somebody is like going to come in and be like, oh, I met this person at the bar, at the club, or some nonsense. I met this person and we're working on this project together. You should join the project. But no, if you end up joining these people ever again, it would be to your detriment. And Archangel Michael would have to come in and save you. That's why you're being shown that you are protected. You do have divine protection. And these people, if they keep trying to hack into your energy, they're going to be they're going to remain up under judgment, is what I should say. Because yeah, this person is basically, I just heard a squatter. Okay, so they could be squatting in somebody else's house, but they're basically like a leech. Whoever R is, they have a very insectoid energy. It just disgusts me even saying that word, but literally, yeah, that's what I'm getting, like a leech energy. Okay, and this King of Pentacles is like completely broke. They're completely broke. This is like some type of trick, okay? They want you to be deceived by them. Okay, so If you didn't have this situation going on, it would show me that you probably are not making big changes. Why I feel like this is coming in at this time to make you aware of these people is because you've let go of them, but they have not let go of you. Yeah, karma worked its magic against these folks. Exactly. Like they've been up under judgment since they've been trying to come back. And they want to be a part of your wish fulfillment so bad. They want you to continue. This is like, I used to deal with people like this in the past. They want you to continue. You were already carrying the burdens. You were carrying these people like a bundle of sticks, like up a hill without any assistance. Okay. And these people got used to being carried, being babied. And now that they don't have you there quickly accessible to them, they feel like, you know, you should be dragged down. These people really feel like they're going to weigh you down. Like they feel like, oh, well, ever since this person stopped talking to me, things have been bad. And no, they don't realize it's because of the intention that they had why things are going bad. Because again, anytime you try to hurt other people, you're hurting yourself, or at least you can know that what you send out will come back to you at some point. And that would be what common sense would say. But these are people that are already working together. And I feel like from the very beginning, this person was never your friend, but they played on your wish fulfillment, on you wanting to have relationships and having successful ones. They played on that. So they tried to come in like they were a friend. And then when you discovered their true nature, because I'm getting that this person's attached to somebody else. When you discovered this person's true nature, you decided to just stop talking to them. And they did not get to use you and abuse you like they had planned. And this person literally does this to other people. So, you know, yeah, you used to tolerate listening to her complain for hours. And so you walked away. Exactly. When you're dealing with people that always are trying to blame other people for what's going on in their life, that's a situation that's really hard to deal with, especially when you are always the one that brings the other person up and they're always trying to bring you back down. Like, no. Yeah, you know, you walked away, and so they had to walk away from what they were planning to do. Because what they were planning to do was get you involved in some type of contract. And this is what I was picking up. That they wanted to get you involved in some type of legal contract to where you would have to devote time and energy to whatever they're working on. And this is not like, whatever they're working on is something that's like something that's creative. Like it could be a music or it could be something else. But they wanted you to devote they want to use your intellectual property to make money. And they were going to just go ahead and steal your ideas and steal all of the advice, everything you've ever said to this person. I would also be aware if this person comes around you physically, they may be trying to record you, because it's like everything that you've said, this person wants to put into a book and use. But how many times, like you would sit there and talk to this person till you were blue in the face, trying to get them to look at things a different way. And they don't have the ability to raise into that God consciousness state to see things from a higher perspective. This is why they're always going to be coming from that lack mentality, and you're coming from an abundant mentality. And so the two energies don't really go together. Your energy and their energy does not flow together. Like you already have abundance coming to you, flowing through you. You have this wish fulfillment that's already available to you. Somebody could also be wanting you to like leave your relationship with God behind. Okay. So you can go back to partying or whatever. Or it doesn't have to be partying, but clubbing, whatever this is, this superficial shit. And so they feel like, oh, if I just suck them down the wrong avenue, then they'll abandon their destiny and then I can take it. No, shit does not work like that. The sun, yeah, you've already shined a light down on whatever inner child wounds that you had that this person was playing on. Because I do feel like there's been people throughout your life that have been like you've attracted in some of the same few people. So we want to look at what's going on within you that drew the type of people that come in that lower your vibration intentionally. Anytime they start to see you happy or thriving, they feel like they need to do something to take that energy from you. Instead of just allowing you to be the abundant version of yourself that already exists, they feel like tampering with that. Or they feel like they want that you're dealing with people that feel like they'll never have an opportunity to be in the place that you are or to be in the position that you're in. And you're dealing with people that are not stable. Like they're emotionally unstable. And these people should not be drinking alcohol. Okay. They should not be drinking alcohol. They should not be taking, like, you're dealing with people that feel like I'm just going to jump on this spiritual journey just to see if I can get some rewards or get something from this person's destiny. That's what they're feeling like. But they feel like, okay, well, to become spiritual or enlightened, I'll just go take ayahuasca or I'll just go get drunk. And no, like this person needs to understand that them going and taking substances, and I know this is kind of like a big explanation, but them taking substances is not going to raise them into their God conscious self. Them getting high on a bunch of shit, taking a bunch of substances, that's not what's going to help them ascend and gain a new perspective. But they feel like that's the answer. Like you're dealing with people that really believe that taking ayahuasca and shit is the answer to becoming spiritual. And they feel like they can become who you are by taking substances. That's insane. The Emperor. Because these people see you as somebody who is a leader. They also see you as like the leader of the pack. These people know that if they were to go where you are headed, that they would have nothing to worry about. But their choices and their immature way of thinking is what's holding them back. And their inability to let go of old point of views and old beliefs and the old version of you is really what's going to get these people. Because your ancestors and the angels are not playing with these people. Like there has been cords that have been severed, okay? They cannot just be reattached. These people think that they can do an ayahuasca trip and they're going to get back into your good graces. I don't care what shaman they go to. I don't care what country they go to. I don't care what substance they take. It's not bringing them towards enlightenment because they are missing a major part of the information about enlightenment, that it comes from the self, from having a personal relationship with God, not jumping on your back and using your relationship with God. It comes from themselves having their own story, their own relationship with the divine. And when you're dealing with people that truly believe that they're the victim of their own story, there's not much you can do. The thing is that you're here to lead other people back to the light, back to the sun energy. And you're going to do that through helping people heal from their inner child wounds, helping them bring the pieces of themselves back so that they can unite with parts of themselves that they forgot. I really feel like you're meant to be somebody that inspires other people to heal. But some people are not. They're going to look at this inspirational energy and want to use it to like control the masses. And so they just have a very dark agenda. Knight of Swords. These people could also be being watched, okay? They're being watched. I'm getting that this Knight of Swords is not even a physical person. This could be somebody that is like, a warrior angel. They're being watched by some type of warring. Yeah, it's an angel. It's a being with wings, I should say that. But this being that watches over you, they're pretty frightening, to be quite honest. They're very scary. I think you've seen this. I think you've seen this thing before. So let me just ask, is this like a dark archangel, this Knight of Swords energy? It is, isn't it? Okay, so it is a dark archangel that's watching over you. This being is, see, the difference between the darkness and the light is basically the darkness. They don't have no problems. They don't have any problems when it comes to stepping on somebody else's free will to stop them. The beings of light will not intercede unless you give them permission, basically with your free will. Has it possessed you before? No, I don't get that it's possessed you before. I get that it keeps away things that would try to possess you. Yeah, this energy is like ruthless. The difference between the darkness and the light is that the beings that are of the darkness, they have no problem like putting a roadblock in ours way. And that's what I see this being doing. It's like causing our to downward spiral, but they have no problem interceding without you asking them to. And that's why I feel like having a balance of beings of the light and beings of the dark is a good thing. Yeah. And when you've seen this thing, because it's like a humongous shadow. And it's definitely got wings. You're being told to not be afraid of what you're seeing. Some of the things that you're seeing are just your spirit guides, like this Knight of Swords. But this energy is coming in real quick so that you can stay stable and in a position to where you can help other people. And as selfish as we would think the darkness would be, we just have to understand that everything in existence is a creation of God, and it's all here to serve God. And so, you know, these darker energies that have no problem actually putting people in accidents and taking their lives from them, they're here to basically protect you. Because, yeah, you know, what I'm hearing from this being is that this being does not play no destiny swipe shit. So whatever this situation's about, this being will not play no destiny swipe games. Like, they will take somebody completely off the face of the earth before this being allows anybody else to get a hold of your lucky charms or your good fortune. So just know that you have forces of light and darkness protecting you. Yeah, and the funny thing is that Archangel Michael works with this other dark archangel. So as much as we would like to pin the forces of light against the darkness, it doesn't necessarily manifest that way. Also, this being is a part of a larger army that is protecting you. So, you know, you don't need to be afraid of these people. Just know that when they want to come in and give you an offer, just ignore them. I mean, ignoring these people would be the best thing to do, right? Because I don't get that you need to fight these people or anything like that. Like, that's not going to be what's going to help the situation. I feel like, you know, when these people come and want to involve you in a project, just know that when you get that feeling of this is a bad idea, to listen to it, okay? As sparkly as they paint this opportunity, there is something foul about it, and that's why this dark archangel is so pissed off. That's why this thing is out for blood, because this whole attempt from the very beginning, when this person came into your life and befriended you, the whole attempt was to take something from you, and they're very used to getting away with doing that. And now that it can't be done, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now that it can't be done, you know what I mean? You're getting justice, literally. Because there was a time when you were friends with this person where your energy was completely off and it was due to them. That's why this angel's not playing that shit. They're like, nope, they did enough. They already did enough. So you're getting justice. This is like literally because you deserve justice. And I feel like these people want to trick you. And they've basically tricked themselves by thinking that they could trick you. And it will never make sense to me why people who know that you are a high priestess, Phoenix Empress, why people that know that you're an intuitive try to play these types of games. Like, they will never make sense to me, because that's probably the stupidest shit to do to somebody that will obviously see through it. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. The Eight of Pentacles. You're getting justice because this work that you're doing here is important, okay? And you are being seen by the higher realms. You are being seen by your guides. And what you're manifesting is important. It's not just going to benefit you, but it'll help other people that are similar to you. You may not be everybody's cup of tea because you burn so hot and your light is so bright. That may irritate some people's darkness, but you know, when you've already given this person up to God, and this is why this dark archangel is here ready to rock their world in a very scary way. And if they would just like leave you out of their personal equation to life, how they feel they're going to manifest whatever, if they would just leave you out of it, they would not get fucked up by this being. But this being can absolutely cause it can cause a disaster in every aspect of life. That's why you're just being told that if you see this thing around you, when you see this big ass shadow being, you're going to know who it is and not to be afraid of it, because it's there letting you know why it shows up and allows you to see it at all is so that you know that these people are doing something, you know, when they're doing something. Death, literally. Because I do feel like it's like a death angel. It's a dark archangel, but you know, it's willing to go to war for you, basically. Okay, what else do we need to know? Because I am picking up something about like homelessness or poverty or being casted away. It's the energy of being kicked out of something. Oh, you disconnected from these people. Oh, this is for Phoenix Empress, this part of the message, you guys. Yeah, for some of you guys, if you're seeing really bad shadows and they make you feel bad, again, I've experienced personally shadow beings. I've experienced the hat man, the top hat man. If you guys know about shadow beings, there's a specific type that wears top hats. I know that sounds fucking ridiculous. But like before I figured out that a lot of things I was seeing with spirit guides, I had a shadow man come visit me one time. And he showed me a vision of me like getting pregnant and then my belly going back down, which would be like a miscarriage. And I had a miscarriage probably like 2 to 3 weeks after that. Maybe it was like almost a month after that. But yeah, the shadow beings, when they show up, they'll carry an ominous energy about them because they're shadowy, but that doesn't mean that they're negative. So you guys don't need to fear that type of stuff. The things that you should fear is just basically, I don't even think you should fear anything, to be quite honest. When you guys are living in the upright, there's nothing that you need to be afraid of. Especially when you know that the darkness is not out to get you. That is not the way the world operates. But people that believe that will draw in situation after situation that will show them that. But that doesn't mean that that's what the actual truth is. 6 of Pentacles. So this is an end to you having to carry people's karmic debts. This is an end to these people trying to use you as some type of like bait or trying to use you to literally make money off of. The 6 of Pentacles, see how this person is a lender and these people are beggars. This is the end to that tug and war energy. I want you to think before you had ever encountered R and how you were then, how your vibration was, and then look at where you're at now. Had you not disconnected from this person, they would have literally tried to steal something from you. And there will be people that come into your life with the intention to end something, and then there will be some people that come into your life with the intention to begin something. So you have to use your best discernment when you deal with these types of people, especially people that are asking you a lot of personal questions about your journey and wanting to know things, and then trauma dumping. It's one thing. It's like, you know, this person thought that they were going to be successful by bonding through trauma. But you guys don't have the same type of trauma. This is weakness, basically. These people are weak. Yeah, you have the 10 of Cups here, which means this is family healing, generational healing, breaking generational curses. You're not going backwards. You're not going back into this toxic lifestyle. And you're definitely not going to sign over your spiritual gifts and abilities to the hands of any fucking weirdo or your intellectual property. You're not going to do that. So these people that want something from you but won't ask you for it, that is really shady of them. Like, how dare they even come in with the intention to want something from you that you can't even give them if you wanted to? Like, you couldn't give this person your destiny is for you. You could not give this person your destiny or your blessings even if you wanted to, because they come from God. This is what these people do not understand. I'm also getting that, you know, you were dealing with somebody that wanted to find out how you were keeping up this soul contract, how you were basically manifesting this good luck and good fortune. And I'm seeing that literally, if you don't let these people back in, you are going to continue to raise your frequency. You're going to continue to release old versions of yourself. Yeah, King of Swords, literally, you have cut the cord with these people. You know, just be aware that they were planning to have you judged in a court of law in some type of way after getting you to sign a contract. So now that you know that and you're not going to do that, these people have no other way of gaining access to you. And I don't think that they're going to be successful when it comes to tricking you into signing some type of contract. And this is why I was like feeling, is this the music industry or something? Because it feels like that type of snake ass energy. Page of Wands. This is about you having a legacy to leave your children. I do feel like when you have people that are not going anywhere anytime soon, consistently around you or in your energy, playing in your energy, playing on your energy, or playing on your kindness, you know, these people, what they were trying to do is take a legacy that you're here to leave, you know, the people that you care about. Even if you don't have kids, it doesn't matter. This is like trying to strip you of your generational wealth. Not only the things that you inherited from an ancestor, but the gifts and abilities specifically. And then the protection that comes with being you. This is why the dark forces within your spirit guides are pissed off with these people. Okay, what else does she need to know? Yeah, this legacy that you have is not anything. There's no person on this planet that's going to sit there and argue with God. I'm sorry. These people think that they're more important than they are, and they also feel like they're going to play God in your life, and that's not what's going to happen. Yeah. It's frustrating because I feel like your soul wants you to know how strong you are, that you've already made it through so many trials and tribulations. You know, when it comes to choosing the right friends, you don't have to do a magic spell. All you have to do is listen to your intuition. And your intuition works magically. It works on its own. When you pick up that somebody's energy or their intentions is not right for you, that's when, the moment that you pick that up, trust yourself, because you're not going to lie to yourself. I don't get that there's any self-deception here going on. So yeah, for you to go into wish fulfillment, you just have to not pick up the burdens that this old friend of yours or person, whoever they were, was trying to put on you to carry. And the fact that they were doing something in the background is what's pissed off this dark archangel here. And this being is nothing to fuck with. Like, these people feel like they're this powerful that they can not only take Archangel Michael's protection away from you, but also take your destiny, your blessings, trick you into signing a contract, trick you into making a binding agreement with them. They're not going to be able to do that. And you're just being warned that this is like a learning situation. You are the high priestess. These other people, they don't know what they're doing. Like, they know what they're trying to do, but they don't know fully what they're doing. They think that some type of deity backs them, and they are not even working with anything. They think they're working with something, but I can guarantee it's not anything. So yeah, anytime that you start to, if you were to have a dream about this person, or if you were to feel a tugging on your energy, call your power and your energy back to you. Ask for God to show you what you need to do, what herb you need to work with. And then every time that you work through a situation like this situation, Phoenix Empress, write down what herb your guide showed you to use to cleanse with, what tea you were told to drink. Because you're going to have, at the end of going through all of these different situations and learning experiences, you're going to have a whole like compendium of knowledge that you can, when somebody else goes through something similar, you can tell them, okay, this is what I did. For 3 days, I drank this tea. or for 3 days I did a water fast, or this and that. Like, because you're figuring out how to break generational curses and how to put these burdens down. And so just know that you moving forward, you're going to be rewarded for your hard work. Okay. And you don't have to compromise with anyone, and you don't have to work with people that don't mean you any good. And going backwards is never going to be the way. If you just continue to move forward and use your intuition, you will be led to the place that you want to be, which is you just being happy and successful. And all of the rest is going to come with time. You just continuing to commit to yourself is what I'm getting. Okay, so I hope that helped you. I'm looking at your chakras, and your chakras seem like they're okay. It seems like the root chakra, there is a feeling of being unsafe when it comes to these people. So I would release that, the whatever beliefs go along with you feeling unsafe, because that's not actually true. You're very safe. You are very safe. I mean, the fact that that dark archangel showed up like that, you are being protected in a way that these other people are not going to be protected like that. Okay, good. I'm glad that I was able to confirm that for you. So we're going to go into the reading for the rest of it. If anyone else has a question, you can send me a $20 super chat. Okay, and then send your question and I will answer your question. But what I was getting is that some of you guys have enemies that are waiting for you guys to achieve something so that they can swoop in and take over it. Okay, this is like like a vulture energy. Literally, these people could have a vulture as their animal guide or something. Like, these people are vultures. They're waiting for something to come in for you so that they can come in and swoop down and steal it. And I feel like a lot of you guys are not telling your business to people because you know that there is somebody out there wanting to come in and rip something away from you because they feel like you don't deserve to have it. 8 of Pentacles. But you do, if the 8 of Pentacles is the first card, you do deserve to have whatever this reward is because you've done the work. These other people are not going to be willing to do the shadow work. They're not going to be, the 8 of Pentacles talks about they're not being like a get rich quick plan. There is not a get rich quick plan. Okay, thank you, Chelsea. Oh, interesting. Okay, the guy that you are talking with. Perfect. Long-term potential, short-term potential. Your work schedules are a bit busy, so wasn't sure what would come of it. Interesting. Okay, so let's look into said guy. Well, it feels like there is something other than work schedules that may block up this relationship, but let's see what comes out in the cards. I do get that scheduling is only part of it. The rest of it seems like, well, it just seems like there's some differences between you and this person. There is some type of chemistry, but I don't know if that's going to be long-lasting chemistry. You could be dealing with somebody that has a hard time making a commitment to like one person, okay? Or maybe that's not what they're about. So this would be things that I would be finding out about this person as you continue to talk with them, is what are they wanting in a relationship? Are they wanting something, long-term? Or, because what I'm getting is that this person is wanting to devote themselves 100% to their career, and they just, I don't know what you're feeling about it, but I'm getting that who she's talking to they want to devote themselves to their career and then have some sex on the side. That's like literally what I'm getting. So as far as being a long-term thing, I think that will have to be up to you, what you decide you're willing to put up with. 2 of Pentacles. This person, you may be getting some knowledge about them soon. Like, this could be a message from your guides, just warning you. What are you picking up? Yeah, I'm being drawn to pay attention to the details. Make a list of everything you want in a person and then see if he is on the list, because I feel like their energy there may be some things on your list that you need fulfilled, things that you are really important to you, like you guys being spiritually compatible, you guys being compatible when it comes to work and work schedules.
Okay. I'm feeling in her root chakra. She's not feeling safe about something, and she's drawing that type of energy in, but he's not a good match for her.
Okay. Yeah. So we're feeling something in your root chakra that you're not feeling safe about something when it comes to this person. And it's that energy that's drawing them in. Because what it feels like is that this person's not a very good match for you. When I look at compatibility, 1 being the worst compatibility, 10 being the best compatibility, they're like at a 2.5, which is really low. And I feel like it's more than just like there may be a little bit of chemistry there, but this person has got very deep-seated issues, okay, that they don't want to look at. And I also feel like they don't have a lot of extra time. Like to have for example, to have a committed relationship with somebody, you have to be willing to either want to share a space with them. My right ear just started ringing. So yeah, you're being warned about this person. It's all about, being able to share a space and holding that intention to want to grow with somebody. And I feel like this person, it's like they don't take you serious. They don't look at you as like a serious investment. I do feel like you're different than the normal people that they date, but I also feel like this person's got to want to make time for you, which means they have to stop putting everything else before you. And so when it comes to this relationship, I feel like, you're going to get an important message either from this person or from your angels. That's going to give you a little bit more clarity when it comes to what direction they're headed. Because what I feel from your energy, Chelsea, is that you do want a committed relationship. You want something that's long lasting, and you want somebody that's going to be willing to devote themselves to the relationship and trying to make things work. You're dealing with somebody that's extremely materialistic. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles, you're being warned about this person. There's something off with them. There's like both of this. I work with another psychic that we're just talking about this, and we're both picking up on this energy. So, we're both picking up on the same thing. You definitely do have a fear of being hurt, but I feel like if you were to let go of that fear and belief that people are going to hurt you, I think that you would draw in a new type of person. I'm also getting that when it comes to who you would be happier with, you would be happier with somebody that has time that they can work with, okay? And that has also, the ability to be communicative with you, that can communicate their wants and needs. You want to be able to have a relationship where you can communicate and that person actually hears you. I'm also seeing that you may be happier with somebody that is more physically active, like somebody that likes to go outside, maybe likes to go hiking, likes to take their dog for a walk, whatever this is, like you would be happier with somebody that is more active. I feel like if you were to get in a long-term, I don't feel like this man's is even looking for a long-term relationship. I really don't feel that. But I do feel like they're running from this 5 of Pentacles energy. And this is why if this person's a different religion or they have a different spirituality, or maybe they have not even discussed it feels like that they grew up around religion, maybe not in it, but they're kind of atheist. It just seems like there's a lot of differences between you and this person. And so you're just being warned that if you decide to have a relationship with them, they may be the person that basically pushes you towards asking for the more from the universe. I want you to literally all of the things that you have within your heart that you want fulfilled. I want you to ask the universe for that. Okay. I want you to literally write it down on a list. Only write the things that you really care about and that you really want, that are important to you. And you're going to see that this person that you're talking to doesn't fit that list. I also feel like when you start dating people, you kind of need to ask people instead of just, and going out and having a good time is important, But while you're doing that, getting a little bit of information on where they're headed or where they're wanting to go in life is going to be important, because I feel like I don't want you to waste your time with this person. And from my viewpoint, they would be a waste of time that could possibly cause you to go on a downward spiral. And I feel like you deserve a lot better than what this person could offer you. I also feel like this person is fake flexing. They do not have the finances that they say. If they're saying that they're like this big businessman, that is bullshit. This person is broke. They may have a really good job, but the reason that they're working all of these hours is because they are in the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is almost like being homeless. It's literally like, you know, being broken down. And I also want you to be with somebody that is not a trauma bond. This person would lead you to financial ruin, because you would, if you were going to share a space with this person, like an apartment or a home in the future, they would just live off of you. And so there's a fear of that also happening. Eight of Swords. This person's being literally, they're doing something else that's illegal as well. I don't know what they're doing that's illegal. Let me just ask. Is it important that we know? I think it is for you, because this person, they like to use people, okay? And you're not somebody that goes around like in the back of your mind, you're not thinking that you're going to use this man for his money. He's used to people that are thinking that they're going to use him for his money. But then, and this could be why he's in financial ruin, because he's been used for his money. But you're not one of those people. Like, you don't use people like that. You have your own stuff going on and you are already stable. I don't see any reason to adopt a man-child at this point in your journey. I don't feel any reason for you to do that. I feel like being with this person would put you in more restriction than anything else. And you may be getting a new opportunity. Yeah, you would be forced into living by this person's rules, and there is something off with their mental health. There's something that they're not telling you about. This could be an addiction that they have. They could be driving under the influence, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. You know, when you're the only one that has the positivity in the relationship, it would be really hard to be with somebody that is always focused solely on how they're going to get their needs met, whether it's sexual, financial. You know, you want somebody to contribute to the relationship in an equal way. And I feel like if you release this fear within your root chakra, you're going to draw in somebody that will be on that list, okay? Somebody that will have the traits and qualities that you are searching for in another person. And I also am hearing that you have healed something within yourself over the past 2 years, is what I'm getting, a 2-year span. You've healed something within yourself to where you feel safe enough to date, but there's still a reoccurring pattern of drawing in a toxic male energy. You're also dealing with somebody that's very stuck in their ego. Like, you're more enlightened, you're more into asking questions. This person doesn't want to know the answers to their problems, because then they would have to take responsibility for how they got to where they're at. And they're lying. Whatever they're saying about their finances or their success is a front. It's like this is what this person does. They pull women in, they fake flex, act like they have it, act like they're working hard. But then there's all of these problems and drama going on in their personal life that they would slowly start to put on you to have to deal with. And you don't have time to deal with this person's bullshit. You just don't. And I feel like also, if you were to get really close to this person, there would be other women that came forward. I'm being shown this site. There was this site that was put on the internet where women can go on and expose men who are toxic. I feel like this person's on this site. I forget what it was called though. Yeah, the fool. You're dealing with somebody that thinks you're a fool. They feel like they can trick you. This is why I feel like, well, this is just a pattern for this toxic male, okay? They like to find people that are light workers, that are empaths. I feel like this person is very narcissistic, and when they don't get their way, they turn into a monster. Like you could not, Chelsea, you could not get your way in something and still be fine and still be kind to other people. But when this person doesn't get their way, there is a darker side of them that comes out. And this is something that they don't look at. They don't look at the fact that they will blow up about things. And I do feel like there is, you know, whatever this, oh, I'm so successful thing is like an act. This man would not be even in the job that they were in without harvesting energy off of the previous females that they've been with. So that's, I know that sounds weird, but that's literally what I'm picking up on. And if you were to feel like drained after being around this person, that is a big indicator that their energy is not benefiting you. Okay. Yeah, because you do deserve this 9 of Cups energy, this wish fulfillment. And I feel like this is possible for you. You just need to know that it's safe. And then the people who are going to be the best fitted for you are going to be people who are wanting to be active, who have time available, who are interested in investing in you as a person, okay? Not as a business idea, but as a human person, wanting to invest their love, their time, their energy, their devotion. And I feel like it's people that are going to want a commitment. I feel like you're definitely deserving of a commitment, okay? So, anonymously, no, just to let you know, it is $20 per question, okay? So yeah, I feel like you deserve somebody that's going to be committed to you. And I also feel like that is not impossible for you to attain. You've already, with the past 2 years, you've made so many breakthroughs when it comes to your spiritual journey and your personal life that you've really overcome mountains that in the past would have kept you blocked. I feel like right now is the time for when you start to mingle with other people, find somebody who is inspirational, who has an upbeat personality, okay? Thank you so much, anonymously, no wave girl, or rave girl, sorry, 2945. Give me 1 second. I'm going to finish with Chelsea, and then I will answer your question. So as far as your wish fulfillment, I don't feel like it's going to be in this person, but I do feel like you're going to attain it. The person that I'm seeing for you is somebody that's got like light hair, like this color or lighter, kind of like lighter at, you know, through the ends. They're very handsome. This person is like an outdoors person. They like to be outside. They also are big on wanting to have a family and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's that. The future person, can I ask you something? The future person that I'm feeling for her is like an 8 compatibility. So there must be something that's going to shift in her frequency to draw in this new person. I think it's a refining of what you want in a relationship. Asking yourself, what are the things that are important to me? Spiritual compatibility, physical compatibility, financial. You don't need to be carrying anybody. And I feel like the person that's coming in, the person that's going to be the right person, they're going to be the type of person that's exactly like you, able to carry themselves and others. And that's who you want to settle down with and invest with. It's going to be so much easier to invest with somebody that actually wants a real commitment and wants more than just sex, wants to be close. The Hierophant. This is like spiritual compatibility. I feel like, you know, you're more of a spiritual person, not a religious person. And I think getting with somebody that would be religious would be counterintuitive to where you're headed. Because I do feel like, you know, you're very free-willed, lighthearted person. You're serious about your money, but other than that, you're very lighthearted. And I feel like that is a definite bonus. The way that you view things is very, it's from both sides of the situation. It's not, I don't feel like you're somebody, Chelsea, that gets stuck in seeing things a certain type of way. This Hierophant energy also speaks about where you're headed, to be a person of power. And again, the Hierophant could represent religion, secret society, cults, covens. It could represent all sorts of different things, but it could also represent you turning into a person of power, judges.
Okay, this is what I'm getting, that will lead to that person being able to
come in.
Is that she feels like she's being judged by God for something that she's done. I don't know what it is, but that is directly connected to, if she looks and finds the, whatever it is that she's feeling judged about by God, that will allow the door to open for it to come in.
Okay, great. Okay, so awesome. So what the psychic and I were just talking about is basically your crown chakra. Your crown chakra has to do with your relationship to God and your higher self. There is something that has occurred that it could be in your subconscious, or it could be something that you know about that you're thinking, that has to do with you pulling in a situation where you feel like God is judging you. This could even be you not wanting to subscribe to religion. If you could be feeling that God is judging you for that. I am not actually picking up on any real judgment coming from God. But when you release, what's going to give you the ability to draw this person that's an 8 out of 10 compatibility, which is like fantastic. What's going to give you the ability to draw that person in is releasing that feeling of, it's either a fear of being judged or feeling that you did something wrong. Maybe you walked away from a relationship, whatever this is that you're feeling God is judging you over, you're not being judged. So releasing that is what's going to bring this person in that's going to be a long-lasting partner, somebody that you will actually create a family with, which I would really rather you invest your time and energy into somebody that you could build something with, rather than throwing it away with somebody that you can't really grow with, basically. So yeah, so working on releasing the fear, okay, is one thing in the root chakra. And then releasing the feeling that you did something wrong, or even that you made a bad choice, because that could be all this is, feeling that you made a bad choice and that things are not going to be good. Because I'm getting that you're going to get wish fulfillment, literally. This 9 of Cups is you, like, I already felt you being able to pull this person in. And that's why I was asking the other psychic, I was like, what is going to happen in this little time frame that I'm getting of like 4 to 6 months, where you're going to be releasing something that's going to shift your energy to where you draw in this happy sunshine person. And they're going to be somebody that is like very much like you. And I feel like you're going to feel this person's spirit when you start to talk to them. And it's going to be a very deep relationship. So just, when it comes to this person that you're talking to now, the way that we're seeing it is that this person, they don't want anything more than just physical sex and stuff like that. But with you releasing the fear of drawing people like that in, you're going to be able to have an opportunity to draw in somebody with a new vibration. And this new person looks really good. Okay. So there may be a few things you need to heal going within. But other than that, I do feel like you're on the right path. I would just, anytime you get a red flag from somebody you start to talk to, do not ignore it. Do not ignore it. Chelsea, your intuition is very strong. When you get those feelings of anxiousness, knots in your belly, listen to that, okay? Don't always take it as, oh, something bad is going to happen, because just having that gut reaction it's just a warning to let you know that somebody could be on some type of bullshit, okay? All right. So I hope that helped you. I feel very confident in you healing whatever this feeling judged by God because you're not being judged. I feel like you're going to heal whatever that is, and this new person's going to come in. And I was getting 4 to 6 months. That could be for you, your healing time, or it could be just, the vibrations within you shifting, and a new door is going to open, a door that you will actually want to walk through. So I do feel like everything that you're doing now to invest into your future is going to be really good. Chelsea, make that list of everything you're wanting in a relationship and the things that are important to you. Don't put anything on that list that's not important. And then when this person that has the light hair comes in, you're going to be able to see that this person is on that list. And that's going to give you the confirmation that basically they're the one that you should invest your time and energy into. Okay, so now we're going to move to anonymously known rave girl. Okay, so I'm going to go back and look at your question. Give me 1 second. Welcome in, Tori. Okay, is N on your side when it comes to this drama with your ex-narcissist friend? And what is the outcome this year with you and him? Interesting. Okay, so person's name is N. I don't really get a good feeling from this person. Feels like there's already been some type of betrayal here. Okay, so when I look at this person's energy, they're very nervous about something. Yeah, this person, just be aware that there's something going on with this person. Tori, there's something going on with whoever N is. There is something going on with this person that they're not telling you about. This kind of feels like the Chariot energy is about police. And so I don't know if this person's in the police force or if they're being watched, but it feels like they're being watched by somebody. So I don't know what they're investing in. Let me ask another question. Okay. So this has to do with your finances. Okay, let me look at the question again, because there's a third party energy and I'm wondering, okay, your ex-narcissist friend. Yeah. Whatever the drama is, these people don't have a good intention for you. You're showing up as a Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's your energy. Then the 3 of Pentacles is also a soul tribe, a group of people that support you. This is like literally, this is positivity right here. What I'm seeing is that if you were to continue to invest with this person, whoever N is, it feels like they're going to find a way to drag you down. I feel like they're being watched by something, by somebody and something. There's multiple energies monitoring this person. And I'm kind of curious as to why, what they're involved in. And if this does have to do with the drama that you've just gone through. You guys have history and been in separation. Yeah, I feel like this person's kind of like they're in danger and they are dangerous. Okay. All right, so I'm going to answer anonymously known rave girl's question, and then I will get to your question, Leanne Goliath, okay? The 4 of Wands. I don't know if you're working on a project or if you just finished one, but this is like, this is the universe telling you to continue to invest in yourself, because it looks like you're about to be rewarded for something. It looks like whatever this creative idea that you have, somebody may want that. Now, the drama with your ex-friend, this person never had a good intention for you. And I feel like they have soured a lot of people towards you. But what I'm being shown is that you still have a community backing you. You still have a whole collective of people that are going to get behind you whenever you decide to bring forth this creative idea or express yourself. Okay? So, I was hearing cash cow. Somebody's looking at you like you could be their cash cow of resources, which is weird. Yeah, this Chariot energy is not going away. I feel like well, I hope that you have blocked this friend, because they're probably the biggest threat out of these two people that we're talking about. Your ex-friend is the biggest threat. Like they really got some shit that's out of control going on with them. They're experiencing a tower, okay? And whatever these two people invested in together, your intuition is telling you that these people have already betrayed you. And I feel like you should be listening to what your gut feeling is telling you, because it feels like these people were working together in some type of way. And this does have to do with your financial stability. Okay, you good. You blocked the friend, but you wonder if okay, his name is Nikita, will fall for her ill intentions. Yeah. Well, it feels like they already have. That's like, because when I get like soured, maybe this person did a souring spell on you. I have heard of something like that. And it's basically a spell to try to change the way that other people view you. But either way, both of these people are looking at you like an endless source to resources, like you're going to be their source to resources. But, they really need to be minding their own business right now, because they're being watched by a group of police that could easily put them in the tower to where they could not recover. And so with this ex-friend, I feel like this ex-best friend is watching you on the internet somehow. Maybe they're watching you through a fake account. Yeah, the moon and the page of pentacles. Okay, the page of pentacles is a younger energy here, but the moon, that is all about hidden enemies. So this is just giving me confirmation to what I'm picking up on. I'm also seeing that if you have children, you could very well not have children, but if you have children, there's something about a legacy here. Something that you're going to be leaving your children or the children that you have to come. But if you continue to, I want to say, be around low vibrational people, because both of these people are low vibrational. They are snakes, okay? They will smile in your face and then screw each other on the sides. Like, they're complete snakes. So you're just being warned. And to be quite honest, you have not done anything to deserve these people to turn on you like this. I do feel like it's because of your calling, to be quite honest. I feel like you do have a calling over your life, something spiritual that you are moving into doing. And it's basically pulling in this karma to where these people are going to be, I don't want to say like judged, but they are being put up under judgment for even having this intention. Yeah. Somebody wants you to they want to drag you down with them because they know they're going down. She has a posse of people she controls. Interesting. Yes, that's what I was picking up on, is that these people did not know each other before you. And so I feel like that they have been talking, though. Since you have brought them all together or whatever, they have been talking. I'm also hearing that these people are being tested. You are these people's tests. If these people screw up and betray you, which they have already done this, but if you were to continue to interact with them in any type of way, it would lead to a betrayal. And you don't need to go through any more drama. I feel like you've already been through a lot with this ex-friend that was after your fucking destiny. Okay, whoever this person was, I want you to call your energy and your power back to you and cancel and rebuke them. Okay. Yeah, it's different than these people being tested. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm definitely picking up on something hidden about Nikita. There is something hidden about this person. Something that you're not seeing about them. And it's not like this person, it's just, you have to look at what you want in a relationship. Do you want to be with somebody who you would have to help a lot? And also, what is this person doing on the side? Because there is something going on the side here and it's not a relationship thing. It's something else that they're involved in. something that they're being watched for. I feel like if this person really wants to be with you, they need to like literally put their life together in a way to where you guys will be able to thrive and grow. Because where I'm seeing it is that this person is not as stable as you are. Oh, mafia relations. Okay. Yeah, but that's not related to this person. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I pick up on something illegal, but when I asked if it's selling substances, it's not that. So it could be something with the mafia, but I would never have thought to ask that question. So let's see. I'm going to pull a couple more cards and see what else comes out. I think that you're just being warned that there may be more associated with Nikita than you are aware of. And this person may have a few secrets. But I do feel that your friend did something with magic. Whoever your ex-friend is, they did something with magic up under the moon to try to sabotage this relationship for you. In fact, every relationship for you, because it's like a souring spell. But I don't know. You did something to piss this person off, but you didn't actually do something. This person's like, you're dealing with jealousy and envy from this friend of yours. Yeah, so let me just ask really quick what can be done to reverse this souring spell. Because besides Nikita having mafia ties and connections like that, that could be why they're being watched, literally. But other than that, I don't get that this person's out to get you. I just get that what you guys want in relationship wise could be a little bit different. And is there a difference in location? Are you guys in the same area? That would be another thing that I would ask. So yeah, what can be done to reverse this souring thing? This souring spell. It's something that her friend did. It's something that they did a while ago, but then they go back and they add to it. Okay, so I'm asking the other psychic, what can be... Yes, you have a difference in location, but you're not sure if you move, though. Okay, so that's kind of the blockage that I'm picking up on, is that, for you guys to be able to have a successful relationship, you need to be in the same vicinity. I'm also getting that, I don't know what he does for work, but, I mean, you feel really stable.
There's a safety, not feeling safe issue in the root chakra.
Okay.
About this.
Okay. So there is a safety. He's in construction. Interesting. So there is a safety issue going on in your root chakra about this. Why is she so jealous? Because you shine in a spectacular way. Okay. You're more, okay. How do I word this? She's low vibrational. You're not low vibrational. Not like you may have your moments where you don't feel happy about things, but like literally you are satisfied with where you're at in your journey, and you're asking those deep intuitive questions about where you're going, who you're going to become, and you're kind of you're in the light. Like you carry a very powerful energy with you. It also seems like you avoid a lot of tragedies. I feel like the biggest tragedy that you've gone through recently has been this ex-friend that was trying to steal your good luck, your good karma, and was jealous of you. And they wanted to sour. This is like somebody seeing you in a light to where they feel like they can't attain the same greatness. And so what I'm kind of picking up is that, this person has forgotten how you have helped them throughout the years, okay? This friend of yours. Yeah, when you thought of something you want and just think of it and she would get it. That is the epitome of destiny swap, my dear. That is literally, and destiny swap is not actually possible, but the effects of it, like going through that energy exchange, because literally you have to know that if you're asking the universe for something and then your friend gets that, that is the epitome of somebody trying to steal your destiny, and then them wanting to know everything about you, them wanting to have items of your clothing, them wanting you to wear items of their clothing. That's an exchange of energy. And so, this person sees that you have a bright future, a bright destiny, and you have somebody that actually cares about you. Because I do get that whoever N is, they do care about you. And your friend is not loved. I don't mean to be rude, like about your friend, but your ex-friend, I don't mean to be rude. And please forgive me for saying that, but they are not, it's not just their family that rejects them. It's other people. And there's a reason for that. They're very low vibrational, and they operate from a false pretense. You're dealing with somebody that thinks that they can deceive God. Like, I don't know how much more ignorant somebody could be. And I do feel like when you call your energy and your power back to you and release, because before this friend had done this snake shit to you, you were very open, you're very caring, you still are, but I feel like you felt safe, okay, when you were around this friend at the very beginning. And literally, since you've gone through this trauma, this is why there's something in the root chakra that's making you feel unsafe, because this person didn't just want, like, whoever this ex-friend of yours is, they wanted everything that came with your life, like everything, including the attention that you get from the opposite sex and all that stuff. Yeah, you felt safe, but ever since you met her, yeah, she was charming. Yeah, but it was dark and literally bad. That's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm picking up on. It feels like, it feels like this person wanted you to carry their negative karma while they walked around in your dreams. Like, this is a very weird energy, because your ex-friend could never become you. That's just not possible. I don't care what type of witchcraft that she knows about. There is no spell that's going to give the purpose that you have to her. And I feel like her wanting to wear your energy around like it's hers is really, really weird. It's a weird thing. I'm also feeling like this jealousy, since you've been through this situation, the good thing about going through it, if you could look at anything as being like, oh, okay, you got clout in the music industry. Well, this is all coming into alignment and making complete sense. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay. So you got herpes and got an abortion and everything. Okay. So just know that if you hold on to these fears about bad things happening, that you will pull in situations that will align with your fears. That's basically, yes, I do get that Nikita cares about you, but he's got something going on here with whatever he does with his personal time. For some reason, he's being watched. That's like specifically what I got. You don't have a kid, but you have a puppy. Oh, our animal babies are still our children. And just because you have that stuff going on doesn't mean that, oh, okay, I get it. So the thing of feeling about being judged, I don't think we talked about that. If you are feeling like the universe is judging you, it's not. What's happened is you've been dealing with somebody that was trying to take your good energy and become you, like an impersonator, basically. You feel sickness coming on probably from her. Yeah, it feels like an exchange. It's an unfair exchange. So I would cancel and rebuke this person. Start to pray them up out of your energy. When you feel something start to tug on your energy, know that is not, like, when your energy is leaving your body, that's not a good thing. So in those moments, go, okay, I call my energy and my power back to me. When it comes to this friend, make sure that the people that you have on social media, you know who they are. If you being in the music industry makes me feel like you have a lot of people that could have access to you or could be viewing you, and you're dealing with somebody that wants your clout, they want to be looked at the way that you're looked at, but they're not talented. Okay, you actually have an authentic ability where they don't. And so that's the biggest difference. But I feel like when it comes to Nikita conspiring with your ex-girlfriend, no. What I picked up on was that your ex-friend was doing some type of souring spell to try to get this person to turn away from you. Okay. And that's what they were doing. They wanted to basically people to not like you. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So you do have people that are on your side. This is what I'm talking about. This friend of yours was very foolish to do this shit because it's not possible. I don't care what demon they work with, it's not going to happen. But when it comes to you being with Nikita, just that difference in location might be something that you need to look at. Okay. But I do feel that this ex-friend already tried to spoil the way that he was going to view you. And because it didn't work, this ex-friend of yours is still attempting to do this dumb shit. Like they literally feel like they can walk in your shoes and they wear a whole ass different size shoe, you know? It feels like how he reacted to the spell work, you know, it feels like it didn't take hold like she wanted it to, but there is a separation between you and this person. And I feel like if you want to pursue a relationship with them, just know that they are being watched. I don't know what illegal mafia stuff they're into or who they're connected to. It more feels like who they're connected to. Maybe it's family, but they are being watched. So yeah, I don't feel like anything bad is going to happen at this point, but I think that, you know, having a communication with this person, she messaged him basically. Yeah, that's what I feel like. She already tried to sour this person away from you, but I don't feel like this spell work and shit's working. I mean, it could have been having an effect, but it's not working in the way that it was meant to. And so the next step, if you want to have a relationship with Nikita, would be making a communication, making a place where you guys could meet, and then asking him where he's going, where he's headed, and what he wants in life. Okay? Because there is a lot of stuff that comes with being in the music industry. And where you have not sold your soul or done any weird shit like that, like I feel like you have, you know, success coming to you. Your ex-friend just, you know, when you're dealing with desperate people, be aware now that you've gone through this situation. If you were to have another friend come in and behave the way that this other friend did, especially like, because I feel like this person was snaking you the whole time. There was always an intention to become you, to steal from you, or to take somebody from you. And so because this person is failing, you know, they're pretty upset. But I don't think that they can do anything else to you. I feel like all of this sour energy that they're putting into the earth is going to be returned back to them. So I would pray Psalm 91 against this person. And then if you want to pursue a relationship with Nikita, know that there's got to be a common ground, like less separation and more communication. Yeah, I don't think the military would be a good fit for you, to be honest. You heard this same stuff from other people, yeah, and the experiences, and it happened to you. Yeah, that's why you need to release the fear. Getting close to your higher self and knowing what you're here to do in this life. You know, I get that it does have to do with manifesting sound. It has to do with how you're going to leave your frequency here on this planet. You're not going to succumb to what the industry is wanting to coax you into. And I feel like the industry has a lot of rats and snakes and just bad people attached to it. And so, you know, you do have a few really good connections with people who are actually on your side. So I feel like moving forward with that is going to be fine. Just don't tell people what you're working on. Don't let them hear your music until it's already like legally made to where it can't be copyrighted and stuff like that, and release the fear of people doing you dirty, because it's that exact fear that's drawing in these situations. And I honestly do not feel that you're going to get to your wheel of fortune by joining the military. I know that you've been through something very traumatic, but I don't feel like joining the military is going to like heal that trauma that you've already been through. I think it would further traumatize you. And you're not a violent person. So, and I'm not saying people in the military are violent, but they could be commanded to do something, you know. Yeah, so I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you that if you want to be with Nikita, you've got to have a conversation with them and then ask, you know, about location. Moving back home, if this person is back home, you may want to think about that if that's what you want to pursue. But I do feel like it's possible for you. He blocked you. Yeah, he may end up unblocking you in the future, especially when I do feel like you're gonna, it's been a while you've had to survive this. Yeah, I do feel like you're gonna be able to pull yourself out of this. And I also feel like whatever this spell work is, you calling your energy and your power back to you and you starting to pray on a regular basis, doing spiritual cleanses like intermittent fasting. Again, talk with your doctor, but intermittent fasting is like breaking, it's like not eating from, 5, 7 p.m. till the next day, till 2 p.m. or something like that. It's like a short fast. What I'm getting is that if you ate any food from this friend or they gave you anything, you need to cleanse out your system. Start praying over your food, start praying over your water, put intentions into your food to cleanse out whatever's been done, and then ask your spirit guides to show you what herbs you need to work with, what you need to do to and cut cords with this person. Like, I get that the reason that this ex-friend of yours is taking up so much space in your mind is because you still have a cord connected to them. And this is not like an organic cord that's natural. There is no need to ever have a cord that connects you to another person. It's just not necessary. So I would, there is a channel called, there is a person that does meditations. His name is Steve Noble, Steve, and then Steve, and then Noble, N-O-B, I think it's Nobel. Let me just make sure. But he's got a YouTube platform, and I want you to go on there. I want you to do the space clearing meditation, and I want you to do the cord cutting, because this is going to be taking things into your own hands. Yes, Steve Noble. So Steve, Stevenobel. And the space clearing meditation, is going to clear your home. Okay. It's hard to see the screen, but this is what his platform looks like. You're going to see that purple right there. Do some of his meditations, do the cord cutting and do the space clearing. Cause I feel like, for you to gain more stability, you basically need to cut cords with this friend. Okay. And then clear up your energy, and just be aware that if you do get in a relationship with Nikita in the future, that there is this presence of them being watched, and it feels like, they have a secret hidden enemy. And so just know that with the mafia ties comes more drama. And so as you develop and continue to heal, be asking yourself, what do I want in a relationship? What do I want in another person? And what am I willing to put up with? What am I willing to compromise on? Those are going to be really important things. And look into your birth chart where your South Node is at, because you're going through a spiritual awakening. All of these experiences have been allowed to happen so that you could wake up and move into alignment for your assignment. And so it feels like, you're going through a process of you're going to go through a rebirth. This magic is reversible. It's not like the shit was working 100%. So it's just the appearance of it. And know that anything that you feel that this friend took from you, if they were able to take it, then it wasn't meant for you. There's something flawed with it. So if you're calling in opportunities and you see it going to the friend, first go, okay, is there anything that I'm buying into, any type of fear of this person attaining something before me? And then if there is, release that. Yeah, you've never seen dark magic. Dead in your face before working. Exactly. And so I feel like you haven't encountered it. And the reason that it was allowed to be done was so you would awaken to your divine life purpose and to what you're here. Yeah, devastating. It is. I had somebody that was working the same type of shit on me. And the funny thing is that they did get an opportunity off of my back, but that opportunity had a whole bunch of burdens with it. So it's like, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I feel like what actually happened was they got a dummy blessing. They thought they took everything from me, and they had my DNA and everything. So they were able to actually do the working on me. But when I reversed it, I freed myself basically. And so just know that you already know what a snake looks like. You know what a rat looks like. So when you have people that are being snakes around you, don't give them anything to go off of. Because if they don't know about your personal dreams and wishes for the future, they cannot try to steal that from you and impersonate you. Okay? But you're going to be all right. You're basically going to learn how to protect yourself and how to shield yourself from spiritual warfare. Okay, which is what I truly do believe that you have been going through, just spiritual warfare. So call your energy and your power back to you. Pray Psalm 91. Do the Steve Noble meditations, and watch the other readings as well on this platform and my other platform. Those are going to help you put together the pieces of this situation. And then in the future, when you feel like you're ready to step out on a limb and open up a relationship, then be asking yourself what you truly want and what you truly feel like would fulfill your spirit. Because I feel like by asking that, you're going to find out that the ideal man that you had thought of is not on the list of positive traits and characteristics that you truly do desire, that your soul is wanting. Okay, so yeah. And then also look into taking a spiritual bath. You got to start, when you have this amount of negative energy being thrown on you, you just have to learn how to transmute it, how to either take that energy, turn it into positivity, or return it back to the sender. And when it's not your energy and you realize that, you can go, okay, it's not my energy. I cancel and rebuke them. I would rebuke this person in the name of Jesus, in the name of God, in the name of whatever you believe in the name of your higher power. This ex-friend of yours, okay? And then know that dark magic may be powerful, but it's not more powerful than God, and it can't do anything to the outcome of your timeline when you are in alignment for your assignment. And I feel like all of this awakening is happening so that you can get into alignment for your assignment. Okay, so I hope that helped you. I'm going to get to the last question here, which was from, let me see, as I scroll up. Okay, so Leanne Goliath, okay, H6230. Thank you for sending that donation. So what is Marlon's intention with you? Interesting. Okay, let's look at that. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why it just reconnected. Okay, so now I'm going to go. So now that I know that, so let me know that you're still here, Leanne. Oh, you have a good night as well, and God bless you. Okay. So Leanne, if you're still here, okay, good. You're here. Awesome. Okay, so when I feel Marlon's energy for you, I feel a lot of positive vibration there. I do feel like whoever this person is, they are going through a relationship issue with God currently. Maybe they are doubting, their future, or they're doubting something. So let's look and see, where this relationship is going to head, because I feel like there's a lot of similarities with you and this person, and there's a lot of mirroring energy. So it feels like you've been through a lot of traumatic experiences that mirror the experiences that this other person has been through growing up. Okay. And so let's see. Magician. Interesting. So let me just look at this card and see what is it that's sticking out. Okay, the both of you guys are very determined people, and you have very, very strong personalities. I also feel like you guys are fun people to be around, and you have the ability to manifest what you want when it comes to this relationship. I feel like being clear on what you want is going to be really important. And movie facts, stop being weird. I'm not going to answer questions about my sexuality and stuff like that. And why would it matter if I was a trans woman or wasn't? What the fuck does that even mean? I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just people are so fucking weird. It's like irrelevant. You don't have to sleep with me or date me, so it doesn't matter what I am. King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. I like this energy. I like Marlon's energy, actually. I do like this. This King of Pentacles energy just shows me that you're dealing with somebody that will compromise with you, but I'm also feeling like the relationship issue that they're working through with, it feels like it's with God. It doesn't even feel like it's with the physical world. It's like this person has been disappointed a lot in the past. Okay, that's what I'm trying to explain. It's like they have a fear of being disappointed. And so it almost feels like every time they start to allow part of themselves to be open with another person, they pull back because they're afraid of disappointment. They're afraid of falling in love with somebody and being disappointed. That's like literally what I'm getting. But the real issue that they're having is something that has to do with God. It has to do with people disappointing this person. I'm also getting that this person, like, they may be a successful person. They may be somebody that can make deals in some type of way, like contracts or something like that, or they may be moving into that energy. Interesting that this just fell out. The Page of Swords and the reverse. So, okay. So what this person is afraid of when it comes to relationships is coming into contact with another person that is unpredictable, difficult to understand, or somebody that quits. Because I feel like Marlon's past has been, this person has dealt with others that have been imposters. Okay. I'm also getting that, yeah, don't ever lie to this person. This person takes lying as like the most serious offense. Because this person has been lied to by the people that they care about in the past. Are you picking up anything on the relationship with God? Because it's like...
Which one?
For Marlon. It feels like every time this person tries to open up with another person, they pull back their energy and go back into retreating because they're afraid of being disappointed or let down. And I do feel like there's a legitimate reason why they feel that way. But it's an issue that they feel like God has let them down.
Okay, with this issue, I'm feeling it in the root chakra. It's a safety issue.
A safety issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so, you know, I do feel like he has the ability to release this issue. You were together, okay, for 10 years, broke up for 3. Now you're trying to get back together. Okay. And it's some bad timing because, oh, you leave for the UK in 9 days for 5 years. Wow. The other night he came over and confessed his love for you. See, this is what I'm saying. He starts to open up. He told me he wants to leave his current situation to you, but haven't heard anything since. He told me that he's scared of confrontation. Okay. Yeah, he's also afraid of like being abandoned. That's another thing that's coming through. Well, if you're getting ready to move, you know, he needs to, this is why I feel like when he pulls back his energy and goes back into retreating and fear mode, because he feels like God has truly abandoned him and that God is not there for him. I don't think that that's true though. I feel like what he's misinterpreting the signs that he's receiving when it comes to how things have happened in the past. I don't feel like you are somebody that would just abandon this person and feed them to the wolves. Like, I honestly don't feel that. And so, you know, if he is wanting if he is wanting to escape his situation he's in without confrontation, it's not going to be really possible for him to not have any confrontation, because he's going to have to leave the past where it's at, basically. Now, is this person going to, like, do they have the ability to commit to you? Are you wanting a long-term relation, or not long-term, but long distance relationship with this person? Because I feel like where you're going, you know, there are better opportunities where you're going, not only for your work life, but for your romantic life as well. So, he's got to be willing to commit to actually walking away from the toxic shit that he's in, because he's involved in something very toxic, but he's not a bad person. Does that make sense? Yes, you're in a long distance relationship before. Okay, so that's something that you're used to. I feel like for you guys to really, like, bond with each other, there needs to be a coming together of your guys' energy. And I feel like, well, I do feel like him not feeling safe to be in a relationship is probably going to be a problem. There's also an issue that he's got with trust. But where I'm getting it's coming from is his relationship with God, the universe. He doesn't feel like he can trust people. And I feel like he also doesn't feel like he'll be accepted fully for who he is. I don't think that I don't think you're judging this person. I think he's afraid of being judged, though. So I think the next question would be to ask Marlon, what are his views, when it comes to, because I don't think long distance relationship is going to be what's going to fulfill your soul. I think that you guys coming together physically in the physical realm, like him moving with you, he's got to be willing to walk away from his the situation he's in now that he's tethered to. In the past, your family was not happy with your relationship. It could have been because it's like a long distance thing. And you need to, I think to have a healthy relationship, you need to be able to have physical contact with the other person. So there will be some serious conversations that you need to have with this person and say, if you really want to be with me, because I will tell you, if a man really wants to be with you, or a woman, if they truly love you and want to be with you, they will get on a plane, they'll get on a train, they'll get on a bus, and they will go to wherever you're at. Okay. Like literally. And so, Page of Pentacles, does this person have children? Is that going to be a factor? Interesting. I think that you should meet up with this person if you can this week. Yeah, it feels like you need to have a very, very personal conversation with him in person. You spoke about meeting up every 3 months. Yeah, I would be, moving in the direction of asking him what he wants long term, where he is wanting the trajectory of his love life to go. And then, if there are any compromises, like a child would be a compromise that he would have to make. For this relationship to work, he's going to have to be relatively close to you, not just spiritually, but actually be to where you guys can have a life together. I feel like I don't want you to waste your time with this person and this person not make a full decision, because it seems like they're standing on both sides of the fence, kind of tottering, like they need to make a complete decision to leave their past behind. Good. Neither of you have children. He does have a dog with his current situation. So that might be something to look into. Where you're going, would you be able to have this person stay with you? If you guys don't want to move towards like marriage, you have to look at what I get. What you're wanting from this relationship is the stability that came with it in the past, but also you know, a new closeness. And what I'm getting is that you going to the UK, you know, is he going to be able to go with you? Is he going to be able to visit there? Does he have a problem? You know, if he doesn't want to move in with you there, does he have a problem with letting somebody watch his dog or bringing his dog? Like, that would be the things that I would be asking him. What can be done to take this relationship to the next level? Because I feel like he's somebody that gets into a certain pattern or like a groove, and then he just stays there. And so he really needs somebody to be like asking him to go within to find out what is it that he's actually wanting. But I do feel that you can trust this person. I don't think that they're a liar, and I don't think that they're a cheater or anything like that. I feel like this person is kind of a loner. They don't have a lot of people in their life. They're used to like opening up and then going back into their shell and hiding away. And so you could be the person to draw this person out of their shell, but I feel like they've got to walk away from, you know, the idea of continuing a long distance relationship without having any type of commitment. Yeah, how I would define cheating is like, I know that wasn't you that asked that, but how I would define cheating would be somebody having an intention to sleep with somebody else, actually sleeping with somebody else, or meeting up with other people on the side, shit like that. That's how I would define cheating. Or even, and I don't really believe in emotional cheating, but I do think that some people can be manipulative, but I'm not getting that this person's a narcissist. I'm literally getting that they're wounded. They feel, like I was saying, they feel like God is not there for them. And so if he continues to feel this way, he's going to pull in people and situations that are going to let him down. And that's why I feel like, as he goes through healing this wound that he's had his entire life, it's like something that's been building with every experience. He's going to have the opportunity to make a new decision, and he can either decide to continue to hide himself away, or he can decide to fully commit himself to the relationship and move in a direction to where you guys could have a physical, long-lasting relationship. I feel like you're dealing with somebody that does not have a lot of people around them. Like, they could have people around them like at work and stuff, but this person does not open up like to people because he's afraid. There's a big fear, and that's what the other psychic that I work with was picking up on, was the fear in the root chakra that's being held onto. This Page of Pentacles could also be a worry about not having something. Interesting. Knight of Swords. So does this have to do with the military at all? Are you in the military? Let me just ask, is this Knight of Swords energy his energy? I get that he's a King of Pentacles, which means that he knows how to make money, to manifest, and he knows how to keep his money. And he could be in like self-preservation mode. Okay, I am doing a tarot reading for one of my clients. But these messages, you guys pick through them, because some of this will be for you and some of it won't be. So yeah, I do feel like this person, okay, so is this Knight of Swords energy associated with Marlon? Because I get that
No.
It's not, it's somebody else. Is this somebody that's in the future?
No.
No.
It's around now.
It's around now. I'm wondering if this is like a work colleague or who this Knight of Swords person is, because it's somebody that's trying to limit his ability to have financial freedom. I don't know if there's some type of competition between somebody at work with him, but it feels like whatever Marlon does for business, he could go other places and do it. So it's not like he's tethered to one location doing one thing. He's a very intelligent person, probably has some type of education. But yeah, there is somebody that's trying to compete with him for a position or something like that. Okay, so let me look at your question. What will he decide? All right, let me just look and see. Well, I think part of it has to do with what are you willing to accept? For him, it's not like he's got children that he's got to leave behind, but he does have a dog, which is a big responsibility. I feel like you just need to meet up with this person and talk with them and ask them if they're willing to move in that direction. When I ask, is he going to be willing to walk away from this job that he does? What he needs to start doing, if you guys decide to move forward with the relationship, is he just needs to start looking, first of all, maybe he needs to get what I could be seeing here is that he needs to get like a passport or something like that so he could work if he were to go with you to England. Like that's what I'm literally getting. Or he needs to develop some type of system to where he can come visit you if you decide not to move in together. But I do feel like you are wanting something that's more, none of us are in the military. Okay. Yes, he's very well off in his business. That's exactly it. Yeah, you're a scientist. That is so cool. Scientist is so cool. This is why he's a King of Pentacles. And I also feel like he could pick up this business in a new country, in a new place, or he could even expand on what he already does. He does have a competitor here, but I don't feel like this person is equally yoked as he is. Like he makes very good financial decisions. And so he could be very calculated. That could be another reason that, yeah. So this sun energy that I just pulled is talking about him healing his inner child. I feel like it's possible for you guys to get together, but when it comes to what he's going to decide, you're going to have to push him to make a decision, because I don't feel like he's going to just want to commit to upping and leaving his very successful business and where he's comfortable with where the relationship's at right now. I don't think that he's going to just be like, okay, well, let me just walk away from everything. He really needs to do some introspection, looking within, because part of why I'm picking up that he's not going to say yes to moving in with you right away has to do with his fear of being let down or being disappointed. Yeah, he's very avoidant and gets overwhelmed quickly. Yeah, he doesn't make decisions fast, which is a good thing. Those are all good qualities, basically. Him not making quick decisions and being reckless is a good thing. So that's why he really needs to think it through. And then looking at the financial aspect, I feel like if he were able to get, I don't know if going to England, if he would have to get like, he's a Taurus. So this is another reason why he's so successful at work. But I'm picking up that like for him to expand his business to England, I don't know if he would have to get a passport, a citizenship, or a worker's permit or whatever this is, but it is possible for him. He just needs to start looking in that avenue of making connections there. And I feel like if he were to come visit you, maybe you guys should try things out where he comes and visits you, like you were saying, every 3 months and seeing how that works out. Seeing if that's what you actually want. But yeah, by you meeting up with this person, I think, oh, awesome. God bless Iraq. So welcome, whoever just came in from Iraq. But I feel like you communicating with this person and being clear with them with what you truly want, where your destiny is headed, okay? Where you are going to be for 5 years in England. I think that's what you said, 5 years. That's a long-term commitment. The benefit of that is that if he were to expand whatever he does for business to include things in the UK, he would basically double his profits. I literally see that. But he's in a position of power to where he may have to negate other people to run the business when he's visiting you or when he's in the UK. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's completely possible with whatever he does. He's just got to make a decision on where he wants to go and, what he wants to do. Because I don't get that this person's seeing anybody else. Let me just ask another question. Yeah. This person, they could be very, very into how things look, okay? And that could be a deception. Because I feel like this person is constantly reaffirming to themselves that they're going to be disappointed, and that is a blockage. So if you could talk to them about that, that would be really good thing. Okay, I love you so much, Fashionista. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for being here with me today. And thank you for all of your loving messages. You are amazing. So yeah, as far as him saying yes right away, I think that he would have to sit on the decision and think on it. I don't think he's somebody that's just going to jump right in right off the get-go. He wants to go back to the comfortability of having a long distance relationship. And I feel like you're wanting to move in a different direction, and so you need to vocalize to him. Oh, and I appreciate you so much too, Fashionista. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. So yeah, as far as, him moving with you, he's got to look at his business. He's got to look at the situation he's in. And then he's got to make a decision if this is going to be what he wants. I feel like it's possible for him to be successful here and in England. Okay. And if everything lines up legally for him to open up shop over there, that's going to be twice the amount of profit. So I do feel like, I think one of his concerns is going to be that you are doing a 5-year contract, and after that, you're going to be leaving and coming back to the US. I think that's going to be part of his concern, but that'll be something that you just need to talk to him about, because, after the 5 years in England of you doing your science work, you could decide to come back to the US, and literally, if you decide to do that, he's going to have to make another decision. And how he doesn't make decisions like very quickly. So giving him ample amount of time and meeting up with him and talking in person is going to be really beneficial. I don't feel like he has any type of burdens when it comes to finances, business, or anything like that, other than the fact that he works really hard. So, it's not impossible. 8 of Wands. He's at a crossroads right now. This situation's putting him at a crossroads. He may want to run away from something, but what he's trying to run away from is something that's going on within him. So if you could redirect him to going within and looking at why he feels like God has let him down, like people let him down, and maybe what his expectations for some people are just too high of an expectation. Maybe he's expecting people who are imperfect beings to meet him where he's at. Some people don't have the ability to do that. And so that's something he needs to understand. But I also feel like with him working through this safety issue, he's going to open up more. And so I don't think you should abandon the idea, but you do need to get him to give you a solid answer of, yes, I either want to move towards having a serious relationship, one where we can have physical contact and be around each other to interact, because he could very well go back into an old cycle that he's lived in for 10 years, because that's comfortability. He likes comfortability. That's what I can see, is he likes to feel comfortable. Where he's at right now, he's feeling uncomfortable because he feels like he needs to doubt people. I don't know how he's been let down. Yeah, the World. See, the World is a very good card to see. This 8 of Wands, this crossroads, is at the World. He's not just bound to one place. He needs to understand that he can go anywhere and be successful. Just like he built this business from the ground up here, he can do the same thing, and it'll probably even be easier because he's already established something. I'm also getting that, he would be happy living in the UK as well. Things would be a little bit different, but he would still be happy. I think that talking to him about it, having him come visit, would be a really important thing. Yes, you found out recently that his current situation cheated on him. Boom. That's it. That's why he's feeling like God has let him down. And it's not God that did it. Was not God's doing that caused him to get cheated on. He needs to understand that this is not something that has to do with God. This is something that has to do with the person that he was with. And this is why he feels like he can't trust. But I don't feel like you're not somebody that has ever done him dirty. So, he should feel safe to move in with you. Just to let you know, if you send me a $20 super chat, I will answer your question. That's how I'm doing readings. But yeah, he should feel safe to move in with you, to be quite honest, because you've always been a safe space for him. So I think, he does need to heal, and he does need to release the idea that God is ignoring him, not loving him, or, that he has to doubt everyone, because I don't feel like you are somebody that's going to let him down. But I also do feel like for him to enter into a commitment, he needs to make a decision. 5 of Swords, yeah. The 5 of Swords is about putting yourself first, but it's not in a way that hurts other people. So when it comes to self-preservation, you need to understand that you have to take care of yourself so that you can be there for others, and that you can't self-sacrifice in any type of way when it comes to your money, your happiness, or your work, because you're already in your divine calling North Node energy. You're about to figure out spiritually that you are a very powerful person. So I want you to know that. I want you to know that the divine realm is pleased with whatever scientific work that you're doing. The divine realm is setting you up to have success after success. Now, if this person decides to join you in that, then yay. If they decide not to join you in that, then yay. Either way, I feel like you're going to be happy. I also feel like you may find another love interest, somebody that's in the same line of work in England. So don't put all of your eggs into one basket. If he enters, because what I can predict he's going to do is say he needs to think about it and then never make a decision, because that's just his pattern. But when he goes back into that reclusive, like introverted way of thinking, where he needs to shut everyone out. Oh, I know what's going on. He's got a heart wall. Okay, so with him having a heart wall up, now we put up heart walls when we get hurt emotionally, spiritually, physically. We will put up a wall that is like a resistance, where we're like, I do not want to go through that experience again. I'm going to block everything out. With him putting up this wall, we can take it down we can take it down temporarily. But if he still holds on to the belief that he needs to keep people out, then the universe is going to continue to give him reasons to believe he needs to keep people out. And I don't feel like him putting up that wall is a blockage. Basically, when there's a wall there, it's like agreeing to keeping things that the universe is going to bring, into fruition out. And I don't feel like that's a good thing. So yeah, can we clear the energy of the heart wall with him? I mean, we can do it temporarily, but if you could talk to him about the things that we talked about, like about how he's feeling when it comes to being betrayed and abandoned, and just like he can't trust people, if you could talk to him about these things that we were talking about, I really do feel like he will be more receptive to what you're asking from him. And I also feel like he wants to get back with you because of how safe you are. And so, if that's what his heart is telling him to do, he should be listening to that and not going like, oh, I'm just going to shut everything off. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, so the difference between the two of you is that you have peace within your life and he does not. He's not living in peace. Like, he's living in fear of being let down. And that's because he's just been seriously let down. And the person that he was with, okay, was not somebody that was good. Was somebody that was bored with him. Okay, bored to the point where they do reckless shit. And so I feel like even though he's been through a trauma and it's justified for him to feel this way, I don't think he should be including that the universe doesn't care for him, or that God doesn't care for him, or that he's not being supported. Because to be quite honest, it feels like he is his own support, and he does have intuition. He doesn't listen to it. He listened to somebody that wanted his money. Whoever this person that cheated on him was after his money, point blank period. And they're a liar as well. And so that's why I think I said, don't ever lie to this person. Yeah, Four of Swords, for him, this is a breaking of the energy for him to release this past situation so it doesn't manifest again. And so he may be trying to run back to you because you would have never done this shit to him ever. Like you would have never, there's things that this other woman, like this other being, I don't even want to call him a woman, but this other energy, the shit that they put him through was like not cool. Okay. Lying, deception, cheating, love bombing, game playing, manipulation, abuse, neglect. That stuff is not cool. But if he's wanting to run back to you because you're that safe place, he's got to want to be with you more than just wanting a safe place. And him falling back into an old cycle of being in a long distance relationship and not making any effort to make physical contact with you, I think that will, like, him isolating himself is not going to make things better. And whoever this other male is that this person slept with, I get really dangerous vibes from this Knight of Swords energy. He needs to really let this stupid person go. Whoever did this to him, he needs to let this person go because they're still attached to this other person. And so, yeah, he could be looking at going out of the country as being an escape from the situation that he's in. It would be escaping the situation, but he's got to heal that inner wound that was caused and not just be running back to you because you are a safe place. Because even though you are safe and you would never do this type of thing to him, I don't know why he didn't just settle down with you in the past. Like maybe it was a long distance. That's why. But yeah. So asking him these important questions when I do feel like you guys are going to meet up. I do feel like you're going to be able to either talk on the phone or talk in person, but he needs to, you need to ask him where he wants to go with this relationship and what he actually wants, and make sure that he's not just trying to rebound with somebody that he feels comfortable and safe with, because he needs to make a decision where he wants to go with his life. Yeah, see, the thing about the Fool card, which is what I just pulled, is like this person is walking very close to the edge right there. And they're doing this because, they're going on a journey. I feel like you guys could have a beautiful journey together, but he's got to release the fear of this, of being cheated on again. And then also release this issue that he's got going on with not feeling safe in his relationships. Because even though you are safe to him, you can't fix his problems. That him being wounded, he's got to heal and go within for that and stop. He needs to stop blaming God because it doesn't have anything to do with God. God is an unconditionally loving, joyful, and peaceful energy that is always available to us at all times, and we are never disconnected from it. It's only because we believe the word I and whatever our mother called us as a child, Susie, Johnny, Lily, whatever it is, it's because we believe that that's who we are, that we make the distinction that we are separate from the universe and separate from God. You broke up when he got sick. He was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago. Okay. See, that's a very big indication that he's holding on to very toxic emotions. And then he just started acting weird, partying, so you broke up with him. Yeah. Yeah, what he needs to go through, like a spiritual cleanse, literally cleansing his body out. So yeah, he's got to want better for himself. And to be honest, he has to release these emotions that he feels towards God and the universe because it's eating him alive from the inside. But I'm also getting that has he been re-diagnosed? Because it feels like he doesn't have whatever was in the past is not as severe as his health. Like his health is not as, I'm not seeing anything where his health is as bad as it used to be. But at the same time, if he is resorting to partying as a way to cover up like a band-aid on this wound that he has, that's not going to be a long-term thing. That's like not a long-term health plan. So yeah, some things to think about. Ace of Wands, you know, anything is possible. This is a very good time for you to begin this new project. Whatever you're doing with work is like in such alignment that I don't think you should sacrifice any part of your life for anybody else. You know, you may be wanting a family in the future, and that may be something to keep in consideration as well, because there are going to be people that can fulfill that need in a positive way. And so, you know, you need to ask this person. I would look at their life path number, and there you can just Google like life path and look it up. You know his name, so you'll be able to calculate his life path number. But yeah, a health plan, like literally, I would look at that and look at your life path number, because that will give you an indication as to where you are headed and to where he is headed. He has stopped the partying and came towards you. Yeah, I do feel like he wants to do better, but he needs to go through a whole cleanse and releasing these issues that he's got. Yeah. Okay, because there is a concern over his self-worth when it comes to relationships. You know, this person that he was with that cheated on him wanted his money. So he may be thinking that everybody is like, this is the type of paranoid shit that I'm picking up on, that he's thinking that everybody's after his money. Everybody wants something from him. I don't feel like you're going to demand anything from him that would be unreasonable. I feel like, okay, he's a life path 1 and you're a life path 5. So what that shows me is that this life path for you is going to be about change, mastering change, and how to influence transformation. His is about having an awakening, following his intuition and fulfilling his own prophecy, basically. So it's not like those life paths are bad with each other. It's just, you know, what does he want? When it comes to a future partner, does he want marriage? I feel like you do want marriage. I feel like you do want a commitment, and he's got to be willing to do that, because if he doesn't, sweetie, there is going to be somebody else that's way more compatible, that doesn't carry around this emotional baggage, and who is not recovering from any type of illness. There is going to be somebody that you meet in England that could be in the very same line of work, that's also connected to an Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And you may have a better experience with that person. Now, I'm just going to address one last fear before we go that I'm picking up on. When it comes to moving and comes to changing the environment, he is afraid of the 5 of Pentacles. He doesn't want to be, just how he got screwed in this last relationship, he doesn't want to be in the 10 of Swords. Like, he's thinking like he's a victim to the universe when he's creating his own reality. He needs to understand that. That's why I think you talking with him would be really, really good. And addressing this fear of being unemployed, fear of being fired, even though I don't think he could even be fired by anybody, he still has some type of fear of being homeless or being outcasted and being betrayed. And so the 10 of Swords, like, you know, that one of those swords would have taken somebody's life. 10 is like how the people, everybody in the Senate stabbed Julius Caesar. It's excessive. Okay. And where I'm getting that his higher self is wanting him to go is to being, you know, more in alignment with love, joy, and peace. And where all of this fear that he is holding on to is creating the exact opposite. It's actually manifesting the problems, because that's what he's putting all of his energy and focus on, as being betrayed and somebody wanting his resources, wanting his home, wanting the things that he has. He's got to let go of that. So I would pray for this person. I wouldn't put all of your eggs in one basket. I don't think he's going to make a decision, not soon. You know, he takes a long time to think things out. He needs to find out if he can, if you're going to England for 5 years and he wants to be with you, he's not you're not going to just sit there and let no man live off of you. Okay. Like he needs to figure out if he can do this business in England. I'm getting that he can. He may just have to get some type of like working permit or something similar to that. I don't know what the laws are in England, but he's got to be willing to compromise with you. And I think if you can get him to compromise, things will go in a better direction. But again, I do see somebody better coming into your future when you get over there to England, somebody that does not have these problems going on and they're not sick. And so where you're dealing with a man that's kind of a fixer upper, and not to be rude in any ways, but he needs a lot of healing. He needs to go through a process to where he looks at why he created these situations. And instead of just jumping into another relationship right off the bat, going within and healing these issues and not blaming God, because the more that he projects that energy to the universe of God is not here for me, nobody loves me, that type of thing, the more people that are in alignment with that like perspective, it's the more people come into his life. And so, he can't just be using you as a safe space without actually wanting to offer you something. Yeah, 6 of Wands. You're going to come into some type of public recognition, reward, success, or fame. Like that's part of your destiny. It's where you're headed. You may get some type of prize or award. I'm literally hearing that, you should make a list of all of the things that you want in a relationship and talk with him when you meet up with him. Ask him where he wants to go with his life. Ask him what he wants. If what he wants doesn't align with the things that you want, then I would, I would stay friends with this person. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But as far as him making a decision, I don't feel like he's going to make a decision. He wants to go back to the comfortability of having a long-term long distance relationship that never goes anywhere. And so and I get that you're wanting something more, you just need to be like, am I going to settle for this relationship, or do I want to actually open up my life to where, because you've never fully released him, even though you guys were together for 10 years, you never fully released him. This is why he feels like he can just come back whenever he goes through something. And I feel like you deserve to have the moon and some. You deserve to have everything that's on that list of things that you desire. And you also are going to come into an Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you're not somebody that's going to use him, that he's got to change his perspective. So let me get one more card. The 5 of Wands. Yeah, where he's at right now, there are people competing for his time, energy, and resources. In the future, if he doesn't get his shit together and decide to be with you long term, he is going to have to compete with somebody that is better yoked for you, equally yoked for you. He's going to have to compete with somebody else for your time and energy. And so that's going to make him feel even more abandoned. So, I would just state it to him like in a way, like, if you really love me and you want to be with me, then do you want to come with me? If he doesn't want to go with you, then, what are we even doing here? Because a long-term distance relationship, those are hard to maintain, and I feel like if he's got health issues going on, he can get better treatment just by not engaging in this toxic behavior. Partying it's a band-aid. Everything he's doing to cover up his emotions are a band-aid. And I feel like he is blocking out the light of the sun at this point. So, you could be a key to his happiness, but he's got to let you in. He's got to stop trying to keep you at arm's length. He owns clubs, so he could open up clubs in England. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's not impossible. And he is somebody that makes solid, good deals. Like, I feel like he just needs to think that it's possible and truly believe in that. Okay. So make sure you can, but as far as, is he going to make a decision? No, I don't feel like he's going to make a decision right away. I think that you need to talk to him and bring up some of the things that we talked about, and kind of counsel him on how to go within and resolve this issue that he's feeling the universe and everybody else has abandoned him on. Because, The reason that this person he was with cheated on him was not because he's not enough. It's because they are somebody that is a narcissist, and this other person is somebody that doesn't care if they hurt other people, and they like to trample other people to get success. So yeah, have these conversations. Remember to make that list of everything that you, and really go within to ask yourself, what am I wanting 5 years from now? What am I wanting 2 years from now? Make a list of all of that stuff. If his desires don't align with what's on your list, then it's not moving in the same direction. Okay? All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. So sorry that this was so long, but I'm glad that I was able to give you guys some confirmation and just kind of reaffirm the things that you already know, but also ask for the universe to show you a sign, because I do feel like you guys are very intuitive people and you're very nurturing. Okay, so things are going to work out for you. Just continue to love yourselves. That's the best that you can do, is just try to be a better version of yourself today and tomorrow than you were yesterday. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Please like this video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time. You guys are so welcome. It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. I love you guys so much. Peace be with you, you guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.